Yeah, Steven, your water can go on this table right here.
Oh, it's perfect.
Right.
Wow.
Right. So you got to get out of here soon?
Yes, I do have to get out of here soon.
Yeah. How was your birthday?
Very good.
Yeah?
I actually have a birthday present tonight. That's why I'm going.
Oh, your girlfriend?
Yeah, we're going to see Impractical Jokers.
Oh, she wasn't your gift. I thought she was his gift.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking. I thought it was going to get down and dirty.
What happened
at the
birthday
Eckert
night?
Mansion.
We went out to dinner. And I opened some gifts.
What'd you get?
I got some running gear. I got a new hat.
That's funny.
I got the tickets for tonight.
Right.
Some other stuff.
Oh, yeah.
What was
All right,
it?
move on.
Tell me more
Next
about
subject.
that part.
All right, let's get started.
It was a
'cause
good birthday, though.
We have a lot here to talk about. Jared Polinfrono's photo.com. Welcome to RAWtalk episode number 144. And we should acknowledge the elephant in the room.
Yes.
My hair.
Your hair.
Oh, you mean the other elephant? That's an elephant, Todd?
Farting elephant.
I love your
Oh.
haircut.
Yeah.
My
had
grandma did too.
It's
in
stunning.
1920s.
It's stunning. Yeah.
I had a trim job.
A trim job.
Is that what they're calling it nowadays?
Yes. I had it trimmed for the first time in 8.5 years.
Wow.
I live streamed it. I wasn't happy about it.
About the live streaming or about the haircut?
No, about any of it.
You don't like any sort of change.
I don't like change.
We found that out today.
It's good. It's much shapelier. It now looks fine.
It actually looks like your logo now.
But I felt like when I left the place that I felt like an old grandmother. You know, with the hair and stuff.
Jared.
I just felt like Lil. Like what Lil would look like after she had her rollers done, and then I would pick her up back at the hair cuttery. We took her to the hair cuttery.
She had some poofy hair.
She had this, well, not as big
Your
as
haircut.
mine, but it was very similar to this, but it didn't stay this long.
I mean, it looks much cleaner though in general.
Thanks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the other elephant in the room here is the setup.
Yeah. Clearly it's different.
We've wanted to, well, I don't know that we've wanted to.
Jared wanted
We've
nothing to
wanted
do
to.
with this.
I don't like change.
It's tough.
Oh.
Well, you know, I don't mind the tighter angle in the middle. Of course, it took me to make the angle tighter to make it look right.
Oh boy, here
For
we
the
go.
proper
Here we go.
composition.
Best
it is.
angle ever.
Best angle ever.
It is the best angle ever now.
Best videographer ever.
But I you know, it's a change. We're trying some different things because why are we trying different things?
I think it just looks better. There's not a ton of headroom now on the main middle angle.
Yes.
I think it just everything's tighter. We actually have logos in each. There's branding everywhere now. It just looks better. Looks like a tighter show.
Well, we'll see. Because we've had to slide around
Famous
more.
last words.
So I have to get used to the different
How close I am?
how close we are.
with you?
Don't touch me.
Touch him. Touch him more. Touch him some
me.
more.
So no, it's a new setup. So it's
Yeah.
going to take time. You know, this is the first week that we're trying it. So if we go back and we watch it and something doesn't look right or an angle isn't right, we may do some tweaking.
We'll have some tweaks,
But I
yeah.
think right off the bat, I think the center angle is much better.
Oh, yeah.
We fill the frame more. We you know, it's tighter. It's more intimate, and I think it just being closer and filling the frame is what I practice and preach myself when it
Yeah.
comes to
You do.
composition. So why don't we get to the pluggy McPluggerson this week, which is GraphicStock.com. 250,000 graphics, images, vectors, icons, buttons available. Use it for design-related projects, enhanced photograph projects. Wait. Do you ever use any of the lower thirds or things that they have? The icons? And
I've used the motion graphics lower thirds in VideoBocks, but for GraphicStock, I personally haven't used it. I think Todd, maybe have you used backgrounds?
I pulled some stuff before.
Yeah.
What'd
yeah,
you
I
pull
pulled
out
some
of
stuff
there?
before. Backgrounds mostly.
So, but the vector arts can come in handy, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, for
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
The images, you know, as we're photographers, maybe that doesn't come in as handy, but if you do need to pop in photos for something that you're doing, maybe it comes in handy
Graphic
for
design
you.
too. That's huge.
Yeah, because they just added the stock photos. Maybe they'll start adding do something similar to the where you contribute for video blocks. Maybe
Marketplace,
they'll
right?
What?
The marketplace?
Yeah, maybe they'll start doing that for photos also, which probably won't make as much money when people buy the photos as the video, but that may be a good option. But I know that they talked about having the buttons available, especially if you're a graphic designer, having the different design elements to drop in, maybe not so much in video, but to drop them in for whatever you're doing can definitely come in handy.
Oh, yeah.
What else, Todd? What else do you think? Graphic images, vectors, icons, buttons. What other things?
Well, I mean, you could use stuff like that even for website design when you need specific buttons and things like
That's
that,
true.
and you're building elements within it. There, it's handy in that regard. And then there are times when I build custom backgrounds and things that I need different elements for. Just backgrounds in video, but
Right.
I want to have customized things, so I would take pieces and bits and create my own thing.
Wait, did you grab something for the 5-minute portrait in Vegas? The
Yes.
poker table?
I think that's where.
Of course I did.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
you got the poker table from
Yep.
GraphicStock.
Yep.
That's right, because you wanted
Yep.
to pop up the image and then have it on something that was
Have
the
it a
poker
theme,
table.
yeah.
Yep.
Well, that was pretty cool because that did match. So for more information, you go to graphicstock.com/go/fro. You can get your 7-day free trial. Just put in I believe you have to put in your credit card information, but you can decide for yourself whether you want to keep it or not keep it. But like I've said in the past, if you decide that you just want the trial, make sure that you cancel it just in case.
Oh yeah.
But then they'll send you a discount, maybe, or maybe it is 40. It says
yay.
$49. Oh, normally $49 a month, but they give you the 7-day free trial, which means it's probably a lot less expensive when you do it.
There you go.
So it's time to get to your photo news.
We need a song.
Well, I have that. I have notes now.
Do you?
Now that's always say
Wow.
new music.
Are you gonna
like a
actually
new
remember
day.
to put that in the notes every week?
Yeah, because it stays there each week. I use the same template.
You just have a template.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
template.
So what are we gonna do today?
New baby
New baby.
for the new
yeah.
setup.
Yeah.
So I want to do
Or
something like
Crybaby.
no, we're not doing a crybaby.
Why?
We'll do like new baby.
Is that like happy music?
Well,
Or
yeah, well, it's like triumphant. The baby got popped out of the.
like lullabies type stuff, or actually sound effects.
Today was more like a C-section.
baby coming out.
Or like an alien, alien popping out of the chest.
Oh,
It was more like
God.
that today.
Well, let's go with happy baby being born like. Da, da, da,
So a lullaby.
So like a lullaby,
Kinda like
yeah.
a lullaby.
Da, 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 da. You know, let's go with the lullaby.
Okay.
All right, lullaby music in 3, 2. Brought to you by AudioBlocks.com and 1. Okay. Photo news.
Such a nice baby.
It was a beautiful baby.
What are we doing now?
Photo news.
Steven's News.
Canon released a new video camera that can shoot 4 million ISO. The new multi-purpose camera is called the ME20F-SH.
It just makes me want to say shit.
It's an industry camera that's not meant for the consumer market. It's designed to capture full color video in low light environments like surveillance, reality TV, they say, nature and wildlife documentaries, stuff like that.
I think it's military.
Military?
Well, why not? You think the military's not going to want to spy on people at 4 million ISO?
And they have the money to put out for this too.
$30,000.
$30,000, and it's going to be available this December. Now, spec-wise, it has a 2.26 megapixel sensor, but it has very large pixels, 19 microns, which is like 7.5 times the surface area of a pixel on the CMOS sensor featured in most DSLRs, they say. Now, no internal storage. It only records externally to like an Atomos or something like that. It has an EF mount that can lock in, records full 1080p at 60 frames per second. It can shoot C-Log for a wide dynamic range, has a 3.5 millimeter microphone jack, weighs only 2.5 pounds, super light, and it shoots infrared also, and has built-in ND filters.
We're going to have to see what this thing looks like.
Yeah.
Now, of course, what I said in the video that I made about the preview of it is that you have to think of this as the technology that they develop for something like this pushes forward the consumer and pro market.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're not going to spend $30,000 for this, but in 3 years, the technology that they have in this thing, they're going to be able to figure out how to make their other sensors better.
Trickle
so that
down.
it just, right, it's trickle down Reaganomics, just
there you
except
go.
with camera equipment.
Exactly.
But that's the whole thing right there. It's expensive. I don't know who's going to use it. I requested a review unit when it comes out in December. And if we get one, I don't know what the hell
It'll
we're
be
going
the
to
new
do.
GoPro angle.
Yeah.
It looks like a giant
$30,000
GoPro
GoPro.
session. It looks like a
does,
giant
you're
GoPro
right.
session.
Yeah.
Except without the case. I was hoping for a bump, 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 bump. Yeah. All right.
4 million ISO, that's insane.
It is insane, but the base is 800 up to 4 million, and we'll see what happens.
Wow. A photographer was struck and killed by a train during a photo shoot in California.
Let me interrupt you.
Okay.
Here's a public service announcement.
Which we've said before.
We've said this
many times.
and you know what? just stop anything involving train tracks unless the train tracks are in a museum or legitimately completely closed off from any possibility that anything could ever come down them. Don't do anything on train tracks. No photo shoots, no video shoots, just nothing. Unless you're hired by SEPTA or you're hired by the regional, what are they called? Amtrak. Unless you're hired by a train company to legitimately go out there and film or shoot something, get the hell off the tracks.
Seriously.
It's that simple because you shouldn't be on train tracks. Just stop. Seriously. And those photos always suck. Sorry. Because they always look the same. I have photos on train tracks. I did this when I was younger because that's what everybody did.
You're right. That is what everyone does.
Everybody does it.
Macro like flowers.
I did terrible photos of a guy dressed dressed up with slacks and suspenders holding colored balloons.
Those are my favorite suspenders.
And I shot it from behind. So I was in college. I was
I remember
19
you showed me
years
that
old.
shot, yeah.
Maybe we could pop it up.
Sure.
I'll have
hope
to take a
so.
picture of it.
Okay.
Find
You don't
it.
have them scanned?
That's not scanned. No,
Okay.
that was film. But that was me being lazy, thinking that I was being creative because I wasn't creative like that. But those were shot on non-functioning train tracks. Non-functioning, completely shut down line that wasn't going to happen.
Yep.
That doesn't make
No
it.
risk.
But yes,
Yeah.
please stop train tracks.
Yeah.
Back to your news.
So 25-year-old Christopher O'Gwyn was in between a pair of train tracks and wanted to capture a southbound train going by in the background of the shoot and failed to notice a northbound train heading in his direction. Now, police say that the photographer was pronounced dead at the scene, but luckily the model escaped unharmed. Apparently, the train engineers were communicating with each other too prior to the incident, but it was just too late to stop because the southbound train was like, "There's a person there, watch out." It was just too late to stop. He couldn't get out of the way.
You can't
He got
blame the
clipped.
train people. You're not supposed to be on the tracks.
Yeah, there's a whole news piece on for more details on the website. But yeah, it's a shame.
Yeah.
A man named Todd Fazler.
What?
Worst name ever.
Best name ever.
He tried to take a selfie with a rattlesnake. Sounds like something you would do, right?
Oh, I've done that.
Recently by picking it up, and it didn't end well, obviously.
Say cheese.
He picked it up.
He picked it up and tried to take a selfie. Yeah.
Say cheese.
Now the snake bit him,
Ow.
which then landed him in the hospital with a $153,000 bill.
He's
for
lucky-
his
How much? How
treatment.
much?
$153,000.
Wait. $153,000.
Well,
correct.
You have to think that the
Now,
anti-venom
I'll explain why,
is
too.
very expensive.
So doctors end up depleting their anti-venom stash at 2 different hospitals in order to save his life. That's like how big the bite was, which resulted in an additional pharmacy charge that added $83,000 to his bill alone. So that's what the big charge was. Now there's footage from the hospital of his arm and where he got bit. It's like just black. It's really nasty. Now, apparently he had a pet rattlesnake, so he thought it was okay to pick up these snakes, but he did set it free after the incident. This is not related to...
Is this Australia?
I'm not sure where, actually. But, yeah,
Should
just another
never play
reason
with
why I don't
snakes.
take photos with dangerous animals. It's terrible.
Okay, next, because I mean, I don't want to call this guy an asshole, but
His arm, man.
Ricky Tikki Tavi told me not to play with snakes, and I don't.
His arm's literally, like, black, this entire section.
maybe don't pick up venomous items and try to
Yeah.
take pictures with them.
You're a cute little rattlesnake.
Let me show my friends.
Ow.
So the U.S. government posted previously unseen photos from 9/11 taken by Dick Cheney's staff photographer. Now, the
saw
set
these.
of images include Cheney, George W. Bush, and other officials in the president's Emergency Operations Center bunker. Now, along with photos from inside Cheney's office and also inside Marine 2 and a couple more. Now, they uploaded all 356 of them to a Flickr gallery created by the U.S. National Archives. The release comes in response to a Freedom of Information Act request that was filed by PBS's Frontline. Now, you can find the link to the images. It's over on the website.
Frontnosphoto.com/rawtalk-144.
Yep.
Oh, you need... me? My turn to talk?
Yep.
It's Dick Cheney.
I figured.
And George W. Bush.
Yep,
And
your
Condoleezza
favorite.
Rice. And all of them.
I know you were really excited when you saw
So
this.
let's look at the quality of the images. We've come a long way.
Oh, yeah.
That is straight up film in low light
The-
situations.
The grain, clearly alone, you can see the scans
Right.
aren't the best either.
And it's unbelievable that you can only imagine how many photos they took then with that, and you can only imagine how many that Pete Souza's taking now with digital.
Oh, I can't
Just
even
the
imagine.
fact that you're 36 in a roll then, majority of the ones that the guy took were just awkward, making Dick Cheney look more like a dick because his eyes were mostly just, it was just weird. It's just like, hey.
When I looked up the
Stop
exit
taking
data too,
pictures.
on the Flickr page, and it said that they were scanned in 2002, so the following year. So they were scanned a while ago too. I wonder if they would be any better if they were scanned these days with high end.
That doesn't change the
No.
fact that he's blinking or that the
Of course,
moment
it's not going to change
that it was
that.
captured.
I just
but
mean the quality of the scan, not
Yeah.
the picture
Say
itself.
cheese dick. Cheese. Me personally, wouldn't that be nerve-wracking as a photographer? Like, that's a bad situation that day, and
Well,
you're
of
just
course.
clicking away. Like, can I take a picture? You mind?
Well, and there's some pictures of them going into Marine 2, the chopper, and they're like taking flash right in front of them. I'm sure they were like, "Get the hell out of my way," you know.
Or they're just see. I was thinking the same thing, and it's just like, well, they're doing their job. He's doing his job as vice president.
Yeah.
And it's one of those tightropes that you have to walk as a photographer. But he has to get the photos in good times and in bad.
Yes. Now, GoPro will be launching a new video editing mobile app along with a content licensing portal. The new licensing portal helps GoPro users monetize the content they create. Now, those interested in the new licensing portal will first need to apply before being granted admittance. Now, GoPro has noted that only approved agencies will be permitted to access
Approved what
and
agencies?
license content from the service. TechCrunch says at the time there are 572 videos available. Now, 8 are available in 4K, only 8. And that videos start at $1,000 a piece, and the term of the license is 6 months.
Well, what do you get for it?
I guess you get to use the video.
Well, how much do you make off of it?
I'm not sure. It depends probably on ads, the agencies that are actually buying it, putting the videos into
Yeah, but as
their
the
videos.
person that shot it, what is your cut?
Oh, I don't know. It doesn't say. It says $1,000 a piece. I don't know if they get that full $1,000. I don't know what GoPro gets out of that.
Well, it's certainly not a lot of money if you're going into a major production.
Oh, exactly, yeah. Now on to the new mobile app. It is in the final stages of development and testing and is set to release by the end of this summer. It'll enable users to edit high-quality video directly from smartphones and tablets, too, which will be nice.
Well, and I also saw that Meerkat is going to start possibly being able to allow you to Meerkat from your GoPro.
Really?
Yeah.
That'll be nice.
That would be interesting if you could do that. I probably still won't be Meerkatting because...
That'll be much better quality than probably your phone.
Yeah,
in
but
certain
then if you're not on Wi-Fi,
That's true.
it's still just as bad.
Yeah. Flickr is bringing back pro memberships. The service announced that paid subscription plans are returning for both existing and new members. This comes from a high amount of requests from photographers to bring it back. Just like before, you'll get a pro badge next to your name.
Which
A means pro what? nothing.
A pro badge
Oh,
next to your name.
thank you.
It will have improved daily analytics and can browse Flickr ad-free as well. Not only will you not have ads on your own photo pages, you won't see any ads when browsing other areas of the community as well, which I don't personally really ever see ads that much, but... Flickr has also partnered with Adobe to offer a 20% discount to pro memberships who subscribe to Adobe's Creative Cloud photography plan.
That's good.
Yeah, it is good. Now, Flickr Pro is available starting today for $5.99 per month or $49.99 a year if you subscribe annually.
Wasn't it 24
It was
bucks
24 before. Now, existing pros will be automatically updated and will be grandfathered in with their existing prices. Because I've been a pro.
I think I'm a
for
pro also.
A couple of years.
Whoa.
But
let's not jump to assumptions here.
I've been one for like 3 years, and I checked my plan, and I'm still subscribed, and I think it's $24.99 a
Got
month.
it.
Next up, speaking of Adobe, their next Camera Raw update will be the final one for Photoshop CS6. Adobe's Camera Raw version 9.1.1 will officially be the last version for CS6 users. You'll have to upgrade to their Creative Cloud version to stay updated.
Son of a gun.
Which isn't that big of a deal if you're a photographer that already has your camera that is recognized by
Exactly.
by that. Because
It's only if you have buy a camera a year down the road. And
right. Now, that makes sense. Like, they're not going to keep updating CS4, CS5,
of course.
CS6 with cameras that are 5 years in the future. It's just, that's the nature of it. But if you get to Creative Cloud, it's just going to constantly be updated. This is where they've been going. Obviously, they've gotten there. They didn't get a ton of, they didn't get too, a lot of people are signed up. You're not going to, 30 million people isn't, you're not,
I love it.
They're
too.
pretty happy.
I love it.
Yeah.
And I do love the dehaze option in Lightroom. I think that is a great option. Now, Adobe noted that the decision allows them to pursue further innovations in image processing and workflow technology. Now, users who stick with CS6 but end up getting new cameras, like we just talked about, can download Adobe's free DNG converter utility to convert the raw data into the DNG format and then open it up into CS6. So you can still open it up. This is pretty cool. A drone operator lost a drone after his roommate drunkenly crashed it into his neighbor's roof. Well, He went on to he went on a rescue mission and ended up recovering the drone with another drone, a bigger drone that he bought that was equipped with a camera. I think it was like a DJI Phantom 2 or something. But he simply used some rope and like coat hanger hooks to pick up the MIA drone and monitored it via the new drone's camera.
It's like the A-Team.
Pretty much. He's got...
Dude, I love it when a plan comes together. We got her.
Yes.
Now he does have a...
What are you talking about, fool?
You guys done?
Face was
you
my
done?
favorite.
You done yet?
Face was my favorite. The crazy one?
Face? Well, there were two faces.
Oh, no, that's Murdoch. Face was the pretty boy.
Yeah, but Face, there were two different faces in the history of that show.
Was there?
There was one face, then the other face, and then you had Murdoch. Murdoch was the crazy...
He was the crazy one. Murdoch was the crazy
Right,
one that was
Face
always
was the
messing with
good-looking
Mr.
one.
T. Yes.
Right. Right. There was no Asian, right?
Not yet.
No. Equal opportunity. They just didn't have a truck full of the right people.
No.
And there were no women in it either.
There were women in it.
Yeah, but not
Face
in
would
the,
make out with him every week.
not in the A-Team. My favorite is nobody ever died when they got shot. It's like
No.
they would shoot and something would blow up and then the guys would run away.
Whoa, boom. That's amazing.
Sorry.
Oh, am I supposed to be talking?
Back to photo news.
Oh, okay. You guys done? You done? Okay.
Well,
But he does have a POV video from the rescue drone of the entire recovery. It's over on the website for you guys to check out. Moving forward, Lumo Pro has a new flash case that turns into various light modifiers. The new case, called the LP742 light switch, can turn into 3 different modifiers, a reflector, a bounce card, or a flag. Now, they say they did design the light switch to also work as a snoot. However, the light spread was not up to their standards, so they didn't include snoot as an official use. Now,
what do they think about using a coffee cup as a snoot, a paper coffee cup as a snoot?
We did that during the flash guide.
Yeah, you can do that.
That's
no,
amazing.
we did it during the flash guide.
Did you?
During the flash guide, I learned the most from using a coffee cup.
Adam, we needed to snoot the light a certain way. So we took one
I
of
feel
the...
like you can use almost anything as a snoot.
Well, we
Tape
took one
and-
of the Dunkin' Donuts cups,
You can use paper.
cut the bottom off, gaffed around it, put it on the end of the flash, and boom, we had a snoot.
That's awesome.
It worked.
Let me see, where was I? Now, the case comes with a zipper, which unzips into 3 pieces, a front panel, a back panel, and a strap.
One
Velcro
zipper,
strap.
or is it double zippered?
It's one zipper.
Is there leather that it comes in? Leather with zippers?
Now, on the inside, it features stain-resistant white vinyl.
Good for that.
Why does it need to be stain resistant?
Well,
And I guess if you put your flash in there when you use it as a case, you're not getting it dirty, so it's still bouncing back white
I may
light.
use it as a coffee cup.
And on the outside, it has your standard protective shell made from like padded ballistic nylon that most flash units actually come in. It'll be available now. It's available now for $29.99, so the price isn't that bad either. Yeah,
$29.99.
you get a
that's
case
not
out of
bad.
it and 3 light modifiers.
I wonder what
Not
Cheaper
Gary
bad
than
at
a
all.
snake bite.
What's up?
Cheaper than a snake bite.
Way cheaper than a snake bite.
I wonder what Gary Fong's going to say.
Ah, yes. And last story. News is pretty quick this week. Panasonic.
You think
made,
it'd be okay if I did the Gary Fong voice?
I don't think it's
Negative.
I don't think you should do that.
I'm
Negative.
just kidding. That's just I'm harping back to the Shark Tank with the Gary
What was
Fong.
his name on there?
Fong
Was it-
Dome. I don't
Wasn't
know.
it Fong Dong?
Fong Dong.
Fong
I'm
dong.
not gonna say
Yo, you almost did it, and you're not supposed to do that.
I didn't say it. I didn't say anything. Panasonic made a new 3D photo booth that uses 120 Lumix GH4s in a circular room. The entire booth adds up to costing around 180 grand for the cameras alone. Now, the 2 gigapixels of image information from the 120 cameras are then loaded into special software that allows the subjects to be viewed from any direction. You can also pay about $450 to have the data turned into a small plastic figurine that you can take home with you
Who would
what
want
I
a
want.
figurine of themselves?
for $450.
So pretentious to make a figurine of
Who does
yourself.
that?
That is horrible. The ego of such a man would be uncalled for.
This segment brought to you by the Fronos Photo bobblehead. It now says 10 different phrases. Go get one.
Including, I hate this new setup, guys.
Best photos ever.
We need to add that.
Yeah, right. Now, what sets Panasonic's photo booth apart from other similar projects is that it captures images at 1/1000th of a second.
Wait, what?
1/1000th
wait,
of a second.
Todd, how
What?
many?
Excuse me?
How many seconds?
One 1,000th?
Can you still not say it?
1/1000th?
I remember being here that day. And it took like
1/1000th.
10 takes to finally
Dude,
get
it's because
it.
I was drunk
You
off of shooting for 8 days.
And there were like 12-hour days at least, right?
It was hard. 12-hour days.
That was
That's a
funny.
joke.
Todd just couldn't get one
I was
1,000th.
so tired, my mouth wouldn't work.
Yeah, it shoots at
1/1000th.
Take 29.
So again, it can shoot at 1/1000th of a second, which then allows the subject to showcase movement in their figurine, so they can like jump up and do like a karate kick and then print out that figurine instead of just the standard like standing still up.
Cost you $450 for that?
For a figurine?
$450, yeah.
Jesus, man, that's almost as much as I paid for all of the bobbleheads.
Well, it's probably because the booth itself costs $180,000.
Yeah, but is it for trade shows?
Are there
It's-
posable
it's-
arms and legs?
Now, the booth can be found at the Panasonic Center in Japan if you're interested in trying out. So it's part of their like corporate headquarters, I guess. Yeah. And I'm sure maybe I don't think they're going to bring it to trade shows because it is like a set.
Yeah, but
room.
Nikon did, remember?
Yeah, but Nikon's was more of a portable solution, and there
Yeah,
was
it was.
only what was there only like
45.
there's 120 in this case.
Well, they just overdid it.
And they also have it. I think Nikon's was 360. This is
Yeah.
completely three-dimensional, where it's on top, below, everywhere.
It's below you, too?
Maybe not below, but it looks like in the video you can see it on top as well.
Dude, if people had sex on it, imagine what would happen.
Oh, yeah, let's talk about that.
Let's get a figurine.
Let's get a figurine.
That's it for photo news this week. We need another song to roll out with.
What kind of song should we roll? Why don't we do Danger, Don't Pick Up Rattlesnake song?
Okay, that sounds good.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Rattlesnake music. All right, thank you for that photo
All right.
news.
You're welcome.
All the photo news music comes from audioblocks.com/go/fro.
AudioBlocks also powers my soundboard partially. I got a
Ooh.
lot of sound effects.
Give us a sound effect that you pulled from AudioBlocks.
Definitely this,
Oh, yeah?
as well as
Dude, they have some great gunshot sound effects and Foley in general on AudioBlocks, because that's also something I do each week is I try to put in some sound effects on top of the music and get a full mix going on, so you really get the full sound effects. And
you can
everything.
always find something.
Oh, there's so much stuff. And you can even find
Honestly,
full
there's
scenes
so
too,
much
like
stuff
bar
that
fights
it
filled with
takes
everything.
me. Yes, like
Yeah.
what'd you say, bar fight?
Perfect.
Ow.
See?
All right. Now it's time for flying solo.
Yes.
So this is the first flying solo that we have done in a little while.
Yeah, it has been a while.
Which is good. That means we have good interviews and other
yeah.
things to talk about. And flying solo is always good. There were almost 200 questions that came in this week. For anybody that's, if you want to submit flying solo questions, you have to go on to Facebook. You have to wait till I put up a video that says, I'm looking for your flying solo questions, and that's where you're going to do that. So we get them from there.
That's probably the most asked question every week I get on Twitter is like, where do I submit questions?
Well, same thing with rapid fire critique, rapid fire Squarespace critique. When I request them, there's no place you can submit them anymore because I had them, you could submit them for the last 5 years to the email address that I had up on the website, and there were thousands upon thousands of them, and it became more difficult to go through them. So what I do is through Facebook or through YouTube, where you can leave a comment, you can then go ahead and put your link there, and I can see it. So when I request it, that's when I pick them. I also save some of the ones that are there so that I can come back later and go ahead and do that.
There's not really a general place we can put them like on your website for submitting because you do change them up. We have themes on occasion, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
What helps to get recognized? To get your question asked. If I write in all caps, does that help?
no, all caps and every first letter being capitalized. No, they're just quality questions that are not just straight up common sense. Like, what is your go-to or like what lens should be the one I take with me? That's not for me to determine. It's for you to figure out what is the right lens for you. I shouldn't be telling you what lens you need to take. It's all based off of what you're doing.
Yeah.
So it's just one of those things is just basic common sense stuff. All right, you ready to fly through this?
Let's do it.
Because it's called Flying Tholo.
Tholo?
All right, here we go. Ah, shit.
Already.
Tom. Thom. Thom.
Thumb.
Yeah, but he
That's
has it.
Thom.
Tom Haydel. Tom Haydel. Hello, Fro, Steven, and Todd.
Yes.
Oh, crap.
I do cast pictures for theater companies in the area, and I have a fast turnaround with a local printer, usually an hour or less. Recently, there was an issue with the printer where the AC was out in his building, and the prints took longer than expected the next day. When they have been used Okay. When they have been used to getting the pictures back in less than an hour for 6 years, and this is the first glitch, how can you handle the client without sounding like a dick when you say, I'm sorry, but I will deliver the prints tomorrow, and they get pissed off because they are used to the good service? You tell them, are you kidding me?
Patience.
It's for 6 straight years you've delivered things on time or in a time that is just asininely too fast. Like George Carlin said, is you just took the pictures. Do you really need them back in an hour? That was George Carlin. He had a joke about 1 hour photo. You just took the pictures. Do you really need to see them right now?
I can't believe the turnaround time is an hour, like he said.
Well, he's turning the picture. 1, you don't need to turn them around that fast. 2,
I mean, good on him for doing it.
If a client is going to sit there and give you crap for the fact that one time in 6 years you had a momentary issue, you go to them and you say, hey, this is what you do. You go, guys, unfortunately, the printer that I normally use and turn it around really quick, they had an issue.
It's out of your hands.
I'll have them for you tomorrow. Mm-hmm. And if they give you shit, it's just like you say, I'm sorry. It's just one of those things that happened. It's the first time in 6 years.
What it is.
I'll have your images tomorrow. And you don't want to say things like, it's not a big deal and things like that. You just stick to the facts. I'm sorry that this happened. But honestly, it is the first time in 6 years. I'll have them to you tomorrow, and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Don't
open your mouth, and I'll deliver them next week.
Exactly. All right. Darius Mott. Question about FX lenses aperture on a crop sensor camera. I know there is a calculated factor for focal length in this case. My question is, does the effective aperture also get affected? Jesus, I can't read. I think it's the new angle. I think it's the new angle.
It's straight on?
Yeah, I think. Well, it's because I'm reading out of like the one eye, and it's probably shifting on me, and I have new glasses, but they're the same prescription.
You like them?
I like them.
Less glary.
Well,
no, the glare is blue now.
The glare is blue
weird.
now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Instead of green.
It used to be greenish
It's-
yellow.
It's because of the sapphire crystal coatings.
the best coating ever.
It is. These are the
Best glasses ever.
I got the best optics. Well, look.
Glass.
If I'm going to put the best glass in front of my cameras, I
Put it in
want the
your eyes,
best
yeah.
glass in front of my face. So I went there, and they're Crizal, and they're digitally cut, and I learned what digitally cut means. It just means that out near the edges, it doesn't blur. Do you know how shitty lenses are not sharp near the edges? These are sharp all the way around. And I got new sunglasses, so you won't see me wearing the Oakleys anymore. I now have the Maui Jims. Best
I don't know what they
sunglasses
are.
ever.
Best sunglasses ever.
All right.
You know how much they cost me?
My question is, does the effective aperture also get affected? I watched a video the other week where the presenter said that there is also a crop factor for the aperture. Have I been missing something this whole time, or was he right? My answer to this is, who the hell cares? Put a lens on a camera and go shoot it. Does it really matter whether you're using, whether it's an FX aperture or a DX aperture? I don't care. I'm sure that whoever was presented it in a way that made sense in a super technical aspect, but does it matter in the grand scheme of things? Probably not.
No.
So I wouldn't worry about it. I just don't get overly technical. God.
Gosh.
Wes Bico. Oh, Wes
B-I-G.
Bico.
Oh.
Because it's here phonetically.
Oh.
This question is for Todd. About filmmaking. I am a 2-time not even 1 time. Twice this guy has
he's
won.
Twice
crushed.
more than you.
Crushed twice.
I'm a 2-time international award-winning
12.
filmmaker. First off, I don't even know what the hell 2-time international
International.
Like, okay.
Well, it depends on what they call it. Like, I've been to, like, the Conshohocken International Film Festival. Like, they'll just add international.
And it's regional.
And it's local, but...
Being only 19, some people give me weird looks when walking on the sets, or some older folks, like Todd,
Give me a coffee.
mainly on indie shoots, will try to supersede my choices for shoots. Some grabbing the camera from me in the middle of takes or realigning
Give me that.
shots to what they think is right. Basically, he goes on to say that they try to supersede what he does and move things around. The choice, basically, or people just doubting because of my age. The choice is that the choices of directors at the end of the day, but again, if it looks poorly, it reflects bad on the watchability of the film, and of course myself with my name in the credits as DOP. What would you do, Todd, in that situation, or 19-year-old?
Do your job. your director of photography. You answer to the director and the producer. I mean, there's a hierarchy on that set that needs to be, respected. If that director does not appreciate what you bring to the table, then don't work with them. If it's that bad, then just do not work with them. Or direct your own thing. Like if you are if you got it going on like that, then just show and prove, direct your own thing, shoot your own thing, and keep it moving. But there's a hierarchy. I mean, it is what it is. Like I've directed things, but I've got producers and people paying for it that I have to answer to. We all think we're the greatest thing since sliced bread, especially Jared. And you got to do what you got to do. At the end of the day, there's a pecking order to the whole process, and you either live with that or you go out and do your own thing.
Yeah, I mean, the way that I look at it is they hired you. And if they're going to keep superseding you, you just go to the director or whoever's in charge, and you go, look, you know what? You hired me. If you don't want me here, I'm just going to leave. So don't sit here and grab the camera for me. This is the job. And you just have to be like, no, I'm a 2-time international winning filmmaker.
And look,
bust out the award on set.
And honestly, filmmaking is a team sport. Nobody is the end-all, be-all. If the director feels like he's the end-all, be-all, and he's making terrible choices, then he may not be the one to work with.
All right, here we go. Alan Corden. Hey, Jared, when you were shooting weddings, after you delivered the products, did you ask for a review or a testimonial? So that's a good question.
It is.
Sometimes it's not good to ask. One, you don't want to ask, did you like everything? Did you find everything that you wanted? Did I do everything?
Because they're going to tell you.
Yeah, if you open yourself up for that.
Well, now that you mention it, Jared.
Right. Stuff like that you have to be careful about.
Yeah.
You really have to be careful. But I would say 99.9% of the time, they're going to be like, oh my God, I love those images.
Yep.
So you wait for them to reply, and then you say, oh, would you mind giving me a testimonial saying what you thought of working with me? Mm-hmm. It's that easy. Yep. You don't go in, hey, can I have a testimonial? No. You have to wait till they say something, and that gives you an in. It's just much easier. Teddy Foil name. Oh, he put Teddy Foil name. His name is really Teddy Foil, not name. You see, it says name.
Foil name. Foil name.
Situational question.
Situational. Let me think. All right.
You have been booked to shoot a deer friend's wedding for a year. 1 month before the event, you are
animals are getting married.
That's what I thought he meant at first.
That's what's happening?
No, I'm just using weird punctuation to make it weird.
Oh.
1 month before the event, you are offered a gig with a celebrity, quote unquote, household name to shoot an event for them, but it would mean not being able to shoot your friend's wedding if you do. You would be allowed to use some of your best photos from the celebrity event in your own advertising, as well as paid for the gig. What would Frono's photo do? Well, that is an absolute no-brainer. You do not screw over your friend because a celebrity tried to hire you. You have a deal. If you make a deal, you stick to your deal. The only way that I think that I would make a change is if I was if I was photographing the president and I had all access to do whatever I want. That may be a different case. But even then, it's like, I don't know. I have my friend, and they asked me to do this. I can't leave them in the lurch.
Yeah, I for one wouldn't take it. I would definitely stick with the friends.
Or you find a replacement. You don't.
Well,
just
if you could, but then
but
it's kind of tough. I wonder how last minute this was.
They said a month before.
They said a month.
But yes, you could possibly find somebody. Look, if it's for a friend and you're doing a favor for the friend and they weren't paying you or something along those lines, possibly if you can get a replacement.
Yeah.
If not, I don't care. I don't care about shooting celebrities. I really don't. And I get that there's not as many restrictions on you here as in some other cases that we've seen before. But still, a celebrity is a celebrity. I don't care that you can use it in your own advertising. I think that's cheesy when you try to do that anyway. Mm-hmm. Brian Zalewski, Zamalama Ding Dong is what it
Bing
says.
Bam Boom.
Oh, he actually put that?
He did. That's his phonetic. For Brian Zalewski, his phonetically sounding is Zalewski Zamalama Ding Dong. When will you guys be releasing your Frono's photo guide to editing videos?
Son of a God.
Did September of 2018.
Did you forget something, Todd?
No. It's come. Well, you know what? We've had a number of things we've been wrapping up and that had to wait, which is what kind of happened last time with the other guide. We put too many things in front of it, and then we have to finish those. But now I've pretty much wrapped everything, and I'm gonna drive that thing home.
Well, the last time it was Frono's Movies, which was taking away from the editing.
Yes.
And so now that, you got to, yes. Okay, so we have a target date. We want to hit it. I'm not telling you what it is. It's the end of the summer.
Because Todd probably
It's
won't
coming,
hit it.
though. It's
Kyle
coming.
Stewart. I sent an email to a local racetrack around me asking if I could get a media press pass so I could be closer to the cars. I have worked on the cars before and know how dangerous it can be. The track manager emailed me back and said, we only let legit press in.
Oof.
I let it go and didn't email back. My question is, should I have emailed them back and asked what legit press is, or just let it go? Let it go. So anyway, what I was thinking for something like this is, at first I was going to be like, you don't say anything. There's really nothing to say. But you do email back, and you can say, you can take the high road once. You get one chance, you take the high road. Hey, thank you for your email back. I am shooting for X, Y, and Z. Now, if you're just shooting for fun, then you don't have a lot of recourse
Then
because
you're not really legit
you're not
press.
really a legit press photographer. But if you are legitimately a press photographer or have an outlet, then you respond back with, here are my credentials. But in the first place, in the first email, you should have put your credentials.
Yep.
Now, if you said something like a media press pass so I could be closer to the cars, I probably would have done the same thing and not given you a press pass. So proper way to email somebody for a pass is make sure you outline everything concisely, quickly.
Short and
you
sweet.
say what I'm looking to do, who I do it for, here's what I've done in the past. Any questions? Thank you. Moving
And
on.
I'm too legit to quit.
Did I say something along the line?
I would say that. I would put that in my email. I'm too legit to quit.
Cut it out. I would have said more like 2-time international film winner.
I would have thrown that. I'm like a 2-time international photographer, best photos ever.
Mike
Did you see my
Bargman.
bobblehead?
Mike Bargman, Jared, Todd,
Yes.
and Thiven.
I'm here
Steven.
waiting for you.
No question. Just want to say thank you.
Wait, Steven's name was after mine now, right?
God damn.
Yeah, see?
No question.
Still at the table.
Keep
dick.
that chair warm.
Just want to say thank you for all you do. Shooting keeps me going. Going through a big health scare right now, and listening to RAWtalk and Snapchat and all the old videos are keeping my spirits up. Thank you for everything you guys do. I'm pretty sure we ran into Mike in Chicago at RAWtalk. So, Mike, I hope you feel better. Todd, do you have something on your soundboard to make him feel better? Maybe a gunshot or something?
No. How about no?
Nothing? You have
I don't
nothing
know.
happy?
All right, here we go.
Feel better, Mike. Please. And thank you for your comment. That just reminds me of Maria jumping up and down.
Let's think about that some more.
And back to the show. Twilla Efrael.
Twilla.
Twilla Erfreld.
Air
Do you-
freshener?
Do you have to post-process to be professional? I hate doing it. I have no patience for it. I also have no time for class to learn how. Any suggestions on a good editing program that is easy to use? One,
Put on your seatbelts, everybody.
this reminds me of the guy asking that question
Exactly.
in Virginia
Yep.
who wanted somebody else to edit his work. Look, as a photographer, your editing is your style. It's part of what you do.
That's where it comes to life.
Is there an easy editing software? Lightroom is beyond easy. You push some sliders around. Just watch me do it. You know.
I mean, if
He
you're
doesn't
really
know what
lazy, you
he's
can just do
doing.
some presets and boom.
Well, you can do presets, but I will counter this, Twilla, with if you hate doing it, you hate editing, you hate, but
maybe you shouldn't.
you need to take a liking to it.
Yeah.
Or you just want to take snapshots, and if you just want to take snapshots and don't worry about editing, then go ahead and do that. That's perfectly fine. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that, but you shouldn't hate editing or processing your images. You could just shoot JPEG and just leave it as it is.
Shoot JPEG, yeah.
That's what I do.
Best photos ever.
Edit in
No, but editing
iPhoto.
is definitely, I would say, 75% of it now these days.
It's a big part.
Yep.
Business, yeah.
It's always
editing
been
business.
a big part. It's been a
Always.
big part even in Ansel Adams' time.
Yep.
You know, he didn't edit all of his own stuff, but he certainly talked about how he wanted it, and he directed a person, so he put the vision into it. And only there's very few people that send their work out. Like some wedding photographers do send them out to agencies to have them done, but then they do a final pass. I know that Peter Hurley will send out his final images to a retoucher.
But retouching, I feel like, is different.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's just, yes, that's my answer.
Yeah.
Valentino Grijalva. They broke it down for me. It's spelled Grijalva.
You definitely would have butchered that.
Fro, should I rent the 14-24 Nikon and the 24-70 for my vacation to Disneyland, or just rent the 24-70? And have you used Nikon's Wi-Fi adapter before? Well, look, it depends on what camera you're using. Let's assume that it's full frame. If I was to be going to Disneyland, I wouldn't want to take both of those. I really wouldn't, especially if it's a family thing. If it's not a full-on shoot, I would consider renting a 14-24 f4.
First of all, I personally wouldn't bring my DSLR on a family vacation. I'd rather bring something more compact for the most part.
I've done it. It sucks.
You're going to be carrying like a messenger
All right.
bag around. It's just going to be rough.
Speaking of carrying cameras around Disneyland, I'll just relay a story to Disney World. My mom would carry around the Betamax, Sony Betamax.
You love talking about beta.
Well, she would have a Betamax camera, and we're talking 1985.
I wasn't even born
86.
Probably had like the whole shoulder thing
Well, it didn't have the shoulder thing. It was all. It took the tape.
ENG
I have it
style.
at home.
in the camera.
In the camera, it
Okay.
took the tape. It had a big like lead whatever battery. It had a viewfinder that would move, and it had an angle viewfinder in it. So it probably had like a little CC like screen in there, EVF or whatever the hell they would have been back then. And my mom had a rainbow. It was rainbow with yellow backpack.
So that had to be expensive.
Yeah, but the 80s were good for my dad.
Yeah.
Ballin'.
I
I was waiting for it too.
Todd,
Perfect.
if you're going to have a soundboard, don't slack
Be
and mess
prepared.
your opportunity.
Don't mess up.
But no, my mom used to buy that type of stuff.
Yeah.
That's what she was into. So,
Best videographer ever.
dick. So if I were you, either take one lens, like a 24-120, because you have a nice range. I don't think you need a 14 millimeter. Now, if you're on a DX camera, neither of this is going to work out. That's when you get something like that's much wider.
Yeah, I
like a
think-
17 to something.
Yeah, like you said, 24-120. That's probably perfect if you're going to bring a
Feels
DSLR.
like work when I take all that stuff to
I
Disney
agree.
World.
I totally
That's true.
agree.
Yeah.
Katie Testerman, if you have a group of, say, 50 people that you are photographing for a weekend-long event, would you rather use 50 individual releases or a single group waiver that they all sign? This can go different ways. If I would probably just have everybody sign a damn waiver. Honestly, if you need a release for something, I remember going to a hockey tournament recently, and we all signed a waiver. Though I think the waiver said that they're not liable if we die. It probably also said that we will be taking your pictures and we'll do whatever we want with it too. So that's what you do. Or you post a paper that says, and then you take a picture of it
As they walk through the door.
as they walk
Yeah.
through whatever door that says from this date until this date. Filming will be happening.
be photographed or
You will be
filmed.
photographed, and we have the rights to do what we want with them. If you're not okay with that, screw you. Go
I
home.
own
It's like the
you
concert
now.
venues. They always have that.
They do.
Mm-hmm.
Mason Oh, yes. Last name pronounced Shares. Mason Shares.
Mason Shares. That's
Hey,
easy.
Gerard.
Gerard.
My name is spelled J-A-R.
Oh, now he's particular with his name.
D.
Funny.
Yeah, no, spell it right. You can say it any way you want.
I do like Gerard.
It's not Gerard.
Seven and Gerard.
Well, with that new haircut, it's
Still-
kind of
it is kinda
better,
Gerard.
right? Gerard.
Gerard.
That's racist.
Oh, Gerard.
I
Don't be
started
like
out
that.
as a landscape and nature photographer to get used to my DSLR, and I recently got called to do a photo shoot for a family who has a child that has Angelman syndrome, which I don't know what it is.
I don't either.
I didn't Google it either. I did the shoot, and the photos looked fantastic, and the family loved them. Now I'm getting asked to do more photo shoots for other families, and I'm willing to do...
Can you let us in on the joke?
Tell us?
No, I can't. No, I can't. Now I'm getting asked to do more photo shoots for other families, and I'm willing to do them cheaply, but they offer more money. Should I take the money as I'm just starting to do portraits? I don't want to be portrayed as being rude and not taking their money as some people would take it. Well, so here's the thing. Raise your prices. If they want to pay you more money, why are you going to turn it down? I don't care if it's a hobby or not a hobby. Even if you don't want to make money with photography, at least make more money or enough money to pay for buying the gear that you want to have.
Yeah.
I look at everything like that. If you want to have more money, then take the money. And sometimes you have to do the jobs that you may not want to do to afford to do the jobs that you want to do. But if you love doing these portraits of these people for their families, then absolutely do it. And basically, you're undercharging if they're offering you more money. Go with that.
Yep.
Don't be ashamed of it. You're not, oh no, I'm sorry, I can't take that extra money. I don't want to take that extra money.
I'll take it all. Send it my way.
Saul David Hasse.
Hasselhoff?
Do you have a wish list for the Nikon D5? What are some of the things you would want? Just a few questions. And I did write something here. I said, now that's a good way to ask that question.
Yes.
Not like, this is rumored. What do you think is going to happen next? And so that's a way that you ask it. You say something along the lines of, what is your wish list for something like this? So if I had a wish list for a D5, I always want tighter focus, no matter what. Focus, I want to get better. Focus in better in low light situations. Focus better all around.
And they typically get better and better each model anyway. So, how about 4 million ISO?
I don't know that I want 4 million ISO in that, but I guess maybe. No, realistically, there's very few situations where you're going to need ISO so high. I mean, it already goes to super asinine does it do 409,000? Is that what the D4?
Expandable, I believe.
Is that what it does?
Yeah. I don't know who would actually
If you need to
shoot
gather
at that.
light in that situation, that means there is no light.
Yeah.
So 4K would be nice. Always better focus capability. I don't care about shooting faster. Maybe quieter, but I love the sound of the shutter. Touchscreen. I would always wish for a pro camera to have touchscreen.
See, I personally don't like the touchscreen, but that's me.
I love it in the point and shoots. I love it in the D5500.
But you like it for video, right?
No, I just like it.
Okay.
I just like it for being able to get around what I want to get around.
I just feel like I'm better with the buttons and I can do it faster by just being
certain things you can do faster like that, and in other cases, there's certain things that you can just literally so where it doesn't, I guess it doesn't play in a pro camera is you literally have buttons that are physically set for ISO and all that stuff.
That's what I mean.
In the D5500, you don't have that.
Yeah, you have to go into the menu and all that crap. And
I'd still want to see a touchscreen.
Yeah.
Like the back of my iPhone would be awesome on the back of that.
Yeah.
Built-in Wi-Fi for certain capabilities.
Definitely.
They don't have that built into the camera. And we'll call that.
I'll be shocked if the next Pro bodies don't have Wi-Fi built in, 4K capable, like you said. But those two options mainly because even the lower end cameras now, everything has that. It's all enabled.
Yep. Tico Ooms. Are you going to make a new self-portrait like in the old loft?
Surprised you haven't done it yet.
How would you approach that? Any ideas already? So I have this thing about doing different portraits in everywhere that I've kind of been. I have different self-portraits over the years that I think are awesome. From sitting pre-fro, actually the hair was growing. I just got back from tour in 2008 or 2007, and I laid out all those photos on the ground. It was an awesome photo shoot.
Is that like in your room or something? Where was that?
No, that was at Greg's studio.
Oh, that was a studio.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was his studio.
I like that picture.
Yeah, that
'cause
was
he's
a cool-
got the Eddie Munster thing going on.
I do have the Eddie Munster thing going on. So that was there. Then at my old loft, the day, like literally the week before I moved, I had all of that stuff set up. That was one of my favorite photos. We have a sped up photo shoot. I did a time lapse of that, which is awesome. I did the time lapse with the D4S.
Okay.
Sorry, the D4 was up on the rafters. I had it clamped in, and I ran an Ethernet cable to a computer so I can control it. Because there is no, you have to buy $900 Wi-Fi thing.
Yeah.
I haven't done one here yet. I don't know how I would do it. Probably in the piano corner or something because it's harder to show all of my stuff, and I don't have all the photos like I had in the other place.
Because this one's a lot more open here.
Well,
and it's a lot harder to get more of a higher angle, I feel like, here.
It is, but maybe I could see sitting on the floor showing the whole place. Maybe break out a 360 camera and take a 360 camera thing.
Yeah, that'd be
the
cool.
future.
Yeah. Switch it up.
Nick Morales, Morales. Fro, my question is, if a client loves their headshots but wants massive edits, removing crow's feet, smoothing skin, etc., how would you handle the verbiage when addressing them so you don't damage the potential for future work while maintaining your style of photography? Fro, hashtag RAWtalk is the bee's knees.
Oh, yeah.
So something like this is you just say, look, you're ugly. You're going to live with this because that's what your face looks like. That's what you think in your head. You don't
luck
actually
with
say
that.
it.
Yeah, you never actually verbally
You don't say it, but
it.
that's what it. Look, the truth of the matter is,
That's what you should say.
if you look, I've said this to people, not in that word. I've said things like, look,
Politely.
there's certain things that I will remove in images.
But that's you.
This is what you look like.
It's your face.
I'm not going to do anything that makes you look like you're not that person. If you're a larger person and you want smoothing and all that, that's just not realistic. I'm not going to do it. If you want to do it, here's the image and go for it. But I'm not taking out definitive things that make you who you are. If it's like a pimple or something or a blemish that's there the day of the shoot that normally isn't, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
You need to take out some flyaway hairs. Good luck on me doing that, right? But so that's that. It's you're not going to lose work, but I don't. You just have to be true to your. You just say, look, that I'm sorry, I don't do touching up like that. But you know what? If you want to send it out to an editor, I'll be more than happy to send it to an editor. You can send it to an editor yourself. But I capture the moment of how you are.
I think it clearly comes down to who the photographer is. For example, you shoot more in like a photojournalist way, so that's why you tend to not touch the face up like that because that's how they look in real life.
Right.
Where if you were like a surreal type photographer and doing these abstract shoots, or you're a portrait photographer in general doing these model shoots, that might be a little different. They expect it to get touched up.
Well,
It
they
all
expect it because
depends.
the last 50 years of
Because
these
Photoshop
shoots
has
are
been
60, not
crazy.
even Photoshop. The retouching back in the day of just literally going in and
Painting.
airbrushing an image.
Yeah.
When I worked at the Carl Wolf Studios or Devore, whatever the hell it was, one of those yearbook things, they had airbrushers on staff.
Wow.
To go into the 2 1/4 negatives and airbrush teeth and airbrush backgrounds and take hairs out of the way. That was a thing. And so I just think people have been trained to think that, oh, well, but my whole thing is, why do you want to look like something you're not?
Exactly.
Especially, I'm not going to go there. So we'll just go with that.
Yeah.
Now, his question is how to have the discussion with them about how much to do?
No. About how do you let them down? Like, you're not going to take out things that make you who you are.
Because they wanted to clean the image up a lot more.
It reminds me of a song because I haven't sang a lot.
Yeah, that's hard.
You are so beautiful to me. Can't you see? You're everything I hope for. You're everything I need. Because you are so beautiful to me. I went up. I should have gone down.
That's what she said.
All right, moving on. Andrew Flores. Some of my portrait clients will take the final photos I've carefully processed, edited for them, and ruin them with all kinds of cheap smartphone filters before posting them on social media.
Perfect.
Is there a polite way to ask them to stop ruining the photos, or should I let them do whatever they please with the images they've paid for? So this is something that we face all the time today as photographers.
I do a lot, yeah.
I deliver the stuff and I say, please, these are final images. Edit it as I see fit. Please don't crop them. Please don't edit them. Please don't add filters to them. You ask them not to do that. And then if they go ahead and do that, guess what you do? You shake it off. Shake it off. Shake it off. I stay up too late. Got nothing on my brain. That's what people say. Hey. So it's just one of those things. Is it worth a battle? Is it really that big of a deal if somebody's doing it?
I will sue you.
I don't like when it happens.
I hate it, and it does happen to me.
They make your pictures look better, Steve.
It happens to me annually because I shoot a certain event each year for certain people. I'll leave it at that.
Is that racist, Todd?
Name drop. Name
Todd,
drop.
is that on the racist meter for certain people?
Call names out.
No. So basically, I shoot an event for a certain association. Let's just say
He's
that.
trying to protect his job.
What association?
The mafia?
I'm trying to figure it out. I don't know who it is.
And basically, they have editors in the back that are uploading these pictures in real time to the website, and they edit the pictures to almost like an Instagram like filter effect, and it just annoys me so much. And I tell them all the time, don't crop, don't edit, don't do really anything.
Don't reformat your memory card.
I've had that happen before, where they've reformatted my card.
Wow.
I've had
because
ton of issues, and it's just so unprofessional.
I'm not going to go in. I'm not going to go into anything that gives away what it is.
Okay.
But I know that you with those things is that you take. So it's a run and gun atmosphere where stuff needs to be uploaded quickly.
We have card runners,
and that's understandable. And you shoot in RAW plus JPEG so that you can have both
for that.
Well, so that they can have JPEG, but you have your RAWs
That's
for
what
later.
they prefer.
And I remember you telling me that they've reformatted your card when specifically you're like, don't reformat my
I
card.
specifically told them the beginning of the event, I said, whatever you do not touch the card, just drag the files on. Don't ever reformat or delete anything.
That's a pain in the butt.
They did. Yeah.
Exactly. All right, one more question here.
Ever.
Jennifer Gibby Hall. I require the use of a wheelchair. I'd like to shoot outdoor lifestyle family photographs. As I approach potential clients online or on the phone, do I discuss my physical limitations as I am not able to access all venues, ? I cannot answer this question. So I reached out to Jaleel to answer the question, and Jaleel has supplied me with an answer.
Oh, I thought you were going to do phone a friend.
Oh,
Let me.
Yes, I'd like to, Regis, I'd like to phone a friend.
Yes.
Jaleel.
Hey Jennifer, this is Jaleel King on behalf of Jared Poland of FroKnowsPhoto.com. You had a question in relation to your wheelchair, and I am a wheelchair using photographer. Jennifer, your wheelchair is very much so a part of you, so don't try to hide it. It just is. Embrace the who you are with the what you are. Those who won't hire you aren't necessarily your client if they're not hiring you because of your wheelchair. Rejection, disability or not, is part of the program. It just happens. So you don't have to have a disability in order to be rejected for a job. As for locations, use what you can. Not everywhere is wheelchair accessible. However, that doesn't mean you can't find amazing places to shoot. That not only works for you, but also works for your client. That's where location scouting comes into play, as well as making sure you have the proper gear that will help you make the best use of what you have. So, for instance, say you have a location that you physically can't get to, but maybe your clients can, and it's a clear space. Maybe utilizing a longer focal length lens could help you get a better shot. While you may not be able to have complete access to the area, that doesn't mean that your gear doesn't allow you to better access the area, if you get what I mean. Hopefully that answers your question, and if you have any more, feel free to hit me up. Thanks. For Jared Poland and Pro Knows Photo, this is Jaleel King.
So that's what he had to say.
So scouting locations is obviously huge.
Well, it's having the gear. Look, you are so beautiful.
Jaleel.
Thank you, Jaleel, for the answer. And I'll add to it. I think you have to make your customers aware of your disability. It should, you know what? If you have a photo on your website and it's you in your wheelchair and it's you doing a photo shoot in an actual environment doing this, then there's not much you can do if somebody's not going to hire you. It just is what it is. Some people won't hire you because of the disability. They feel that you won't be able to get the images. That's what it's a service industry.
So since you think that they should tell the client beforehand, you think they should also have a picture of themselves on the website as well, right? That'd be the same thing pretty much?
I mean...
Or do you think there should be no image of them, wait for them to contact you, then tell them?
Well, it's a tough one.
Yeah.
Because any picture of them will probably be in a wheelchair anyway.
Exactly.
In a situation, and you're not trying to hide it.
Maybe.
Right. Unless it's a headshot, which is fine. But if somebody's saying, look, we want to do a photo out in a boat. Okay?
Yeah.
So now you have to be like, I can do that, but I want to let you know that this is what we're working with. I'd love to do this. Or they get in a boat and you sit on the shore with a longer lens. So you have to work together. It's one of those situations. It's not an easy answer. It just isn't. So it's one of those things that you have to figure out and work out together. Thank you, Jaleel, for that answer.
Thank you.
Good, Todd?
That was great.
That is the end of Flying Solo.
What? That was quick.
Is it really
It
quick?
was quick news. Yeah.
Well, I don't want to get yelled at by you after RAWtalk. For Jared, you picked 20 questions.
Yeah, well, usually I have a lot longer news stories.
There should be more questions for me.
A lot of these news stories this week were pretty short, so I guess that's what made it a little shorter of a show.
That's
but
all
we
right.
still have a couple things
We
coming
still
up.
have things to do, Steven.
I know.
Stop. Hold
Not
your
getting
horses.
ahead of myself.
Is this new table messing up your chi?
I'm good.
My
good.
back's starting to hurt.
Oh boy, here we go.
Ugh, it's the weight on my shoulders of carrying the whole world. It reminds me of a Shinedown song.
What song?
Not staring down the barrel of a 45.
45.
Swimming through the ashes of another life.
Another life.
No one near to forget the ways.
You're
to
just
feel
making
the
up
pain.
lyrics
No,
now.
those are very
Are
close
they?
to the lyrics of Shinedown.
Okay.
Because he
Very
used
close,
to do that.
he says.
No, they are very
Because
close.
you usually get like the first two
Cause
lines.
I'm staring down the barrel of a 45.
45.
Swimming through the ashes of another life.
Another life.
No real reason to forget the pain.
Forget the pain.
No, that wasn't it.
I
Because I'm
drink to forget the
staring down the
pain.
barrel of a 45.
Shinedown. I haven't listened to them
I
forever.
forget the weight of the world song.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know. He's got one. Anyway, it's now time to move on to Gear of the Week.
Yes.
Before we get to the Wheel of Fro, where there's two people this week who have won something. Gear of the Week just came in the mail today, courtesy of Canon. This is a Canon PowerShot G3X.
Ooh.
This
Nice.
is, I know not much about it. If I knew something, I think it's like $900.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's a $900 point-and-shoot camera with a mega zoom that does the equivalent of 24 to 600 millimeters.
Holy crap.
That's
Oh my
what
God.
you need at Disney World.
35 equivalent, you're saying, right?
Oh my God, it's double wrapped. It must be so ugly that you
Is there
needed
film
2
inside?
bags. Oh my God, it's huge.
Look at that thing.
So check this out.
Oh, I like that.
That is really nice.
That's something. Oh my
Whoa.
God. Whoa.
Look at that thing.
So what it does is it
like a
slides
TV
up
tray.
so that you could.
Selfies.
So what I think is a lot of.
With rattlesnakes.
What I think's happening is a lot of YouTubers and a lot of those people are using things like this so that they can see what they're doing when they're doing it. Now, this is a touchscreen. It's a huge ass zoom range. It's expensive. It has Wi-Fi. It has an all-in. What is this?
What's the range on it, on the zoom?
It's 24 millimeters to 600 equivalent.
So what?
I really just
What's-
want to rip the freaking
What's the
lens
variable
off.
aperture? Like 3.5 to 5.6?
It's the 5.6.
Okay.
Now there's other competition in the industry from like Ricoh and Uncle Rico. It has other competition from Ricoh and Sony, but I think a lot of people like this. Now it feels like a camera. It doesn't have a viewfinder. That's a deal breaker. Especially with a huge zoom lens like this, I still want to put it up. They do sell an external viewfinder for $250. Anyway, so
Wow.
this is they sent us this in the mail, and
So it has
look
a
at
hot
that thing.
shoe, has the flash.
It's like
well, the hot
Wally.
shoe, yeah, it has a
Wally.
built-in flash.
That's for
It does
either
look
the
like
EVF
Wally.
or...
Yeah, you
for
can put the
a
electric
flash.
viewfinder in there, but that's pretty much this.
Can I say it real quick?
Yeah, 220. Yeah, that's a 35 millimeter equivalent.
Very cool.
Yeah, so that's that.
It's light, kind of.
Well, it doesn't
maybe
have a
not
battery.
that
It's,
light.
it's still pretty heavy.
Yeah, it is
I
kinda
still
heavy.
don't know that I want to
I'm
take
just thinking,
this around.
I guess, compared to my DSLR, but...
It's almost the same size as an A6000.
Yeah, it is, I would say, about the same size. Maybe a little smaller than the A6000.
Right.
I would think.
So anyway, thank you to Canon for sending this out. We will play with it, and then we will send it back to you.
What's
now, for
it do
anybody,
video-wise?
what was that?
Video-wise, what's it looking like?
Well,
a good question.
Good question.
See, you guys don't. You guys always forget about video.
I don't.
You guys.
I didn't even know we were doing this until earlier today.
What's on the box?
Well, that'd be called pre-production. Who does that?
Oh, the lens is actually 2.8 to 5.6. Max ISO 12,800. It doesn't
Well, it
say...
has a big sensor in there.
Doesn't say anything about video specifically, though.
Video specs.
Wi-Fi certified?
Nope. Yeah, it doesn't really tell us video specs. Whatever, Todd. Look it up.
Whatever, dude.
Google it. 1-inch sensor.
Fine.
All right. So thank you for them sending this out. So how does this work? People always ask me, how does it work? Do you get free stuff sent to you in the mail? We don't get to keep this. They asked if I wanted to do this, and we've been trying to work close with Canon for the last 4 years.
Yeah.
And we finally have, because we ran into the right people by putting ourselves in a situation to be successful over at CES this year. It was CES.
Was it CES?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because it was definitely CES. And so we did that, and oh yeah, see, it says loan order.
There you go.
Loan order. That means it's on loan. We have to send it back. But it's great. We got to hear about the new Canon, the new 4 million pixel thing early.
Yes.
So that's the whole point is, I don't know what I'm going to think about this other than it's expensive, but we'll have to see when we play with it. The whole point is it's nice when they acknowledge and send you stuff early and give your opinion whether you like it or don't like it.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's what you need to do. So that is Gear of the Week. Now it's time for Wheel of Fro, which we've got to wheel out.
We do.
And we have to start another camera. Steven, how'd the wheel get here so fast?
Oh, I just brought it here.
All right. Yeah, it's part of the new setup. We had to make another dedicated thing. So I have to pick 2 people this week because last week I didn't pick a name because I didn't pick a name.
Well, we didn't have any flying solo questions, so there was really no one to pick.
So then we passed it along to this week.
Yep.
So basically what I have to do is pick 2 people.
Yes.
One person's going to win the Lexar card from last week, and then one person is going to win the spin.
Ooh.
So should I talk about last week? Should I just give a name?
Yeah, let's talk about that.
All right. I'm going to give a name. I'm going to give the card to... Who should I give the card to? Let's see.
I don't know.
I'm going to give it to the guy who's going away to Disneyland.
Okay.
Because it sounds like he needs a card. So, Valentino Grijalva, you got yourself a Lexar card. Woohoo! Thank you, Lexar card. All right, so now it's time to spin the Wheel of Fro. Well, I have to say what's on it first.
Yes.
Which means I have to completely turn my body
Oh,
to
no.
do that.
Oh, this is
Oh, my God.
Did anybody think of that?
But you're always doing
my
this.
goodness.
Yeah, but now I've got to completely
You're good.
turn. We've got Lexar Black Rapid Rode microphone, which you can see we use each and every week. We've got the Spin Again, and then the Atomos Ninja 2. If it lands on that ever, somebody's going to win that. AdoramaPix.com. Check them out. That's where we get prints made. It's actually where we had these prints made, less the Lexar. Fro Prize. We've got Think Tank Photo. Can we see
Can
the
I get
whole...
my bag?
Yep, you can see the whole thing.
Okay. Think Tank Photo is in there. We've got audioblocks.com/go/fro. You've got Lexar,
Beautiful sign.
Lightroom, Rode microphone. Todd, I thought your daughter was supposed to make a bubble print.
She
what happened
was
with that?
busy. She is practicing Jasmine. She's got the lead role in the Aladdin play.
Ooh, nice.
So she may be too busy for you.
Next movie star.
A tale as long as time, Beauty and
That is the
Wrong
wrong thing.
I've never seen Aladdin.
What?
We said this yesterday. A whole new world.
That's what we were singing
A new
Arabian
fantastic
Nights.
point of view.
I was singing Aladdin songs while we were pouring sand in sandbags yesterday.
Excuse me, is that Peebo Bryson?
I have no idea.
Todd, you should know it's
I have
Peebo Bryson.
no
Of course.
idea. No idea.
A whole new world.
A whole new world.
A new fantastic point of view. No matter where we are, near or far, now we're in a whole new world with you. A whole new world.
So good.
Back to the wheel. BorrowLenses.com, $250 in credit. A Fro Prize. Squarespace.com.
Can I get the bag with that?
You cannot get a bag with that. Steven can, though. Squarespace.com/fro to get your Squarespace. Try that. And VideoBlocks.com/go/fro. And those are the things on the wheel of Fro.
Yes.
Now it's time to spin it. I have a name picked, but
Nice.
I'm not going to tell you what it is.
Reveal it after.
Here we go. Here we go.
Let's do it.
Vanna White.
Ooh.
Nice.
Hey, what's up? How you doing?
Watch your head.
Oh my God, your head! The Fro's getting another haircut.
Around and around it goes. Where it stops, nobody knows. The Wheel of Fro is about to stop on. It's going to be Lexar. I mean, it's going to be the. It's going to be the grand
Ninja.
prize.
Champion Ninja.
It's going to be the grand prize. It's going to be the grand prize.
Holy
It's the grand
cow.
prize.
Release the balloons!
Yeah, where the poppers? It's the grand prize.
I have the poppers somewhere in the back. I gotta find them.
It did it. It did it. It did it.
We should have had him on standby.
It did. Joe.
Where are you?
Joe.
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 Oh, he already left.
Damn you, Joe.
Oh my God.
I can't believe it finally landed
It
on
landed, Todd. What'd I tell
It's
you?
been like 2 years.
That's amazing.
What'd I tell you
That's
yesterday?
the first time
He's
ever.
only on the show for like 3 episodes
Ever.
and he gets to experience
well,
it.
I mean, it's a
Good luck, Charm.
It had the DJI Phantom once. Oh my God.
But no one ever won it.
It landed. Let me.
I'm like shaking.
Oh my God.
I don't know what to do.
That's incredible. That's a big. I probably should go to the guy that asked me a question.
That's the Ninja 2 they get, right?
Yeah, they're getting a Ninja 2. Now we have to make sure Adamos still upholds that end of
Adamos
the
is going to be
bargain.
like, wait, what? What did I agree to
Well,
that?
it is for video. I'm telling you, if I got to lean on a guy, it's a guy asking me about video stuff.
Well, I think we need. I didn't announce the name. Should we go back and put our heads together, or should I give it to the person that I already circled?
Maybe put our heads together.
You think?
I don't. Who'd you circle?
Oh, well, I can't tell you that because then somebody would get upset.
Is it photography related or?
Well, you never know. All
That's a
right,
big
we're gonna
one right
figure
there.
this one out because we want to put our heads together. No, that's not fair.
No, you got to do it right now.
Well, I should
Do
go
or die.
I should go with the person that I circled.
Gut
Go with your
feeling.
gut.
I'm
Go
going
with,
with
your
the
gut.
person I circled. So, Alan, you owe me something. Alan Corden. He's the one who asked, "Hey, Jared, when you're shooting weddings after you deliver the products, do you ask for reviews or testimonials?"
He's never going to ever use that.
Well, what do you want me to tell you? That's who I like that question because it elicited a good response.
Yeah, I
it was a good question that happens.
Wow.
So, Alan, you won that. We'll be in contact with you to win that, if that's what you get.
Hope he wants it.
Hopefully, hello, Alan.
Is that you?
Alan.
Hello.
Alan, do you want this?
Yes, please. Can I sell it on eBay?
You can do as you wish.
Because I'm a photographer. I don't do video.
But wait, guess what this means?
What?
Guess what this means?
What's it mean?
We get to put a new freaking prize in the
wow.
grand prize.
Wow.
Oh, well, I will find a solution.
Can I get the bag up there?
No,
We put the bag up there.
that's not a great prize.
Well, yeah, that's right. It
It's
does
only
suck.
$120. That's $6.99, unless they give him the bare bones one, which they may give him the bare bones one. We'll have to see. But now I can reach out to a bunch of companies and be like, "Do you want to have the center prize?"
I'm excited.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Give
All
him
right.
Steven's car. Put Steven's car in the center.
Maybe Steven's old car.
Yes.
Not his new car.
Probably in the junkyard somewhere.
Already. All right. Wow, that was an exciting ending. Is it still on the grand prize?
It's
Wow.
barely on there. It just landed on there.
Just the tip is on there.
Congratulations. All right, so I think we're going to wrap it up.
Let's do it.
That we did a lot of good stuff.
Yeah.
We had lots of questions.
We made it through
Well,
the new
The
setup.
new reset.
Well, we
Yeah,
had the
I'm
new
glad.
setup, so
How do you feel?
How do you feel about
After
turning your
doing a
head
show.
for the Wheel of Fro? Because I know you're pretty annoyed about that.
I didn't like that.
How do you feel about being so close to Steven?
I'm all right, but I have to determine whether I like these angles when I see them after the fact.
So we're going to completely reset again next week.
Well, he has to be comfortable
Comfortable.
with the setup.
Are you comfortable?
I don't know that I like what I see. I have to figure out how it looks, and a lot depends on that center angle if it's where I wanted it to be.
It's good. It's good. You know what I think? I think maybe in the heat of discussion, you sit up a little bit more and become a little more animated. So you might need a little more headroom there, but
We'll have to see.
yeah. It's a minor tweak.
I mean, I like us being tighter together.
Me too.
Not because I'm closer, just because on camera I like us being closer.
Yeah.
It just felt far away, but that's because
Fills
of the
the
way that it
frame.
was set up.
Your favorite.
Yeah.
So we fill the frame. So Todd, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you to GraphicStock.com for being this
Don't thank
week's
me.
Don't thank
adver-
Steven at
I
all.
was going
welcome.
to get to that. You're the last, I think. That's the second to
Thanks
most
to
important.
Joe, who left because we took too long.
Joe was out at 2. We normally start around the 1 o'clock hour.
Took us a while today to set up.
Yes.
Well, that's because you guys threw a hissy fit when I came in to change stuff.
Oh my lord.
And I told Todd going into it, I was like, we need Jared here. He's going to want to switch everything around that we do. We need him here.
You didn't
for
switch
this.
it out too much.
No, it wasn't too bad.
It was a little finesse.
Yeah.
Well, that's all I have to say about that.
It's my show.
Thank you to GraphicStock.com. You can sign up for GraphicStock at GraphicStock.com/go/fro, but also check out VideoBocks.com and AudioBlocks.com. A lot of stuff from Todd's board has come from AudioBlocks, and same things with Photo News Music. Gear of the Week, thank you for Canon for sending that out. We will play with that, and congratulations, and big thank you to Adamos for finally landing on the big prize.
That's
awesome.
a big one.
That is a big prize.
That's a
I'm
big
super excited.
I'm excited to see what happens
I'm
to go
excited.
on there next.
Exactly. What it gets replaced with.
Well, we have a week to figure it out.
it's been a while since we had that
Maybe
one on
it's
there.
me. Just put me up there.
A date with Todd.
A date with me.
Ooh.
Okay.
So nobody wants that prize.
So thank you,
How
Steven.
dare you?
Happy birthday last week.
Thank you.
Enjoy your birthday show dinner tonight.
Yeah,
Enjoy your
something like
birthday
that.
present.
And get to editing more stuff.
Yes.
All right, so that's where we'll leave it. Thank you guys for watching. This has been RAWtalk episode number 144. Jared Poland Frono's photo RAWtalk.com. See ya.